3-stars. And we're already in the next match, which means Synchronic versus Dizzy. And Einstein is the first attacker with the Super Witches. They really like those Super Witches and use them to great success. And especially versus Rage Tower setups, it's typically really nice to have those Fireball attacks. And this is what you normally combine with this army composition.
Yeah, with his average destruction percentage being at 93%, getting 3 out of 5 triples, this puts Einstein at a really good possibility of kicking off the war in a solid start for Synchronic Gaming. And not only that, Synchronic, remember, they won last year's World Championship, and they're looking to do that here as a Fireball flies behind the Town Hall, takes out the Clan Castle, and that's an incredible value to start here for Einstein.
Really, really nice value, making sure that not just the Town Hall, but as well the entire Rage Tower section is going down. And this, because the Rage Tower is covering so many defenses, it's just perfect pathing then for the Super Witches, because everything is going around the bottom side. You can enter really nicely into this multi-Inferno Tower compartment, and then goes further into the Monolith and then through the base. The Giga Bomb will be for sure a challenge to get through, but I think with the tankings of the Giant Skeletons, that should be no problem, right?
Yeah, that should be okay as he continues to push through with the balloons out in front of these healers slowly. The Monolith locking on the King, I think there's the King's Earthquake Boots going off, but luckily the skeleton spells are, well, looks like it did provide a little bit of a distraction there as the Raw Champion yet to be deployed. P.E.K.K.A.'s coming out. They're running their way from the bottom side. Another wall break straight into the core, into the Giga Bomb here.
Ooh, it hits pretty much everything. The Queen, oh, she's getting recovered right away from those healers. That is clutch, but oh, that raged up defending Minion Princess, taking her out like it's nothing. The Super Witches are taking revenge for the Queen going down, but they're kind of stuck right now on the wall. But there comes the Royal Champion, worse with the Rocket Spear as well.
Yeah, that Rocket Spear able to help work through the top side. The Golem tanking the damage up top, and a Skeleton traps popping right up top as he continues to push through. But I'm thinking that Royal Champion, she doesn't have the boots. So he was able to use a Rocket Spear, and maybe I think it was the Seeking Shield. So the RC, she's going down, won't gain any health back, and this back side is disappearing in terms of the push through, as we have the Super Witch still up in the core with a couple big boys there, or at least one, but unfortunately he won't have the time or even the push to get the remaining defenses down, as we are approaching in the high 80s, as his average is typically at 93%. So this is lower than his typical type of attacks here for Synchronic, so it's going to give Dizzy a window to be able to take advantage of it.
Yes, that's right, but it is for sure higher than the average destruction which we have seen so far over the day of those different matches, with 90%.
They're going to start to change over time, or do you think they're going to start to be similar with the tunnels in the core like this?
You mean like the positioning of the tunnel as a building itself?
Yeah.
I think overall, like, the big advantage of the Tunnel 17 building compared to, for example, Tunnel 16 is the long range. So putting it further to the outside, it can sometimes be tricky, but with the Fireball not going where it's supposed to go right now, and he's not happy about that. But yeah, so having the tunnel further in the core means it's covering more defenses, and it's being able to utilize the range with better. So I think we will see it a lot of times, at least utilizing the overall range, where it's not like too far on the outside of the base overall. That would be my assumption.
Well, you're the base builder, and a lot of these bases that we see in Legends are because of you. So if any of you are failing your Legend League attack, well, it's probably Itsu's fault, because he built the base, and he's causing you not to get the triples, okay? That's probably what's going on here. Itsu's OP at building bases for sure. I know I failed on your bases, but let's see what Fluxy can continue through with this. Well, the Fireball went off. We saw his initial reaction there, but the roots are now down a little bit later, and the Warden needs to get pulled in to push into the middle of this base.
And he still needs to create the pathing towards the town hall because there's the clan castle in between this line of defenses and the town hall. This means that it's really unlikely that the root riders are going there. So he's relying right now more on the queen of actually getting towards the town hall, which he's trying to like to counteract with this overgrowth to force the troops towards the town hall. But I think the cannon might be closer, and that would be a really big problem for him.
Yeah, the root riders unfortunately not going to the middle of the space where the town hall is. They're getting pushed off to the right, and the town hall is staying up. The P.E.K.K.A. was going to try to go in, but that dies. And if this town hall stays, which there is no way this town hall is going down, right? I mean, we got the... Well, okay, no, it's going to be up to the Royal Champ, and her ability goes off. She needs to secure the town hall here. Ooh. Oh, I don't think so.
This is not looking good. The raged out fire spitter, and he is not happy with this one. Oh. This seems to be the first 1-star of the day. We already said things can go wrong quite a bit in this hard mode if the entry is not going right. And we saw by his reaction that the fireball did not go onto the rage tower. Instead, it went for the cannon. We can see it since the base was mostly symmetrical on the right side. The rage tower is further behind of the giant merged cannon. This is what he tried to counteract with like angling the warden a little bit, but the cannon in the end was still further ahead, and since he did not turn it invisible, the fireball did go for the cannon instead of the rage tower, and this has caused
the blue too. So you were talking about it. Well, you said that's exactly why we have the town halls towards the core, and that town hall didn't go down. You want that town hall protecting as many defenses as possible, and it did there. Dead zones, which we're kind of seeing here, also in front of the town hall, can make the pathing a little awkward to push through into the middle. So this RC is trying to get all this value, and then he'll be able to pull her back.
And you see as well like little tricks from the base builders, how they're trying to counter specific Royal Champion charges. So we have seen that 2 of the builder heads were located in this top left compartment. And while it's not defending the Royal Champion charge completely, it is just making sure that she takes longer. That's pretty much the whole purpose of those builder heads. You need to use and invest more spells, make sure that you get the timings right for a longer duration. And this is why you have builder huts in the areas where people are expected to do such a Royal Champion charge. And it took quite a long time. You had to invest all of the invisibility spells he brought, and there's nothing for the back end. And now we're seeing again the minion prince at the bottom side to funnel and push everything further into the side.
Wow.
So not the same thing happens what we have seen with Fluxy, where the root riders were not going for the town hall because the defense were leading them around this compartment.
Look at that minion prince get all that value to set up the funnel to push his way straight in towards this town hall. He is getting frozen up by the ice cones, unfortunately, but he needs these balloons to help protect. He does have that War Internal Tome to protect everything. As he pushes his way into the middle, he utilizes it through the Giga Bomb. But now, is there going to be a bunch of red air bombs on the other side of this town hall compartment? I'm thinking there's going to be... There it is!
Oh no. Oh no. I think all of the barrels of the new siege has... Oh, they survived because of the healing tome, right? So somehow the healers stay alive, or at least some of them. We have the queen still firing, and in the beginning we have seen quite a few of the black mines were tanked from the new siege machine, but there are more black mines. At this point they're hitting the spawn healers from the archer queen, but the back end still looks scary.
Yeah, as he still has to encounter the Monolith, but the Raw Champ's got her ability. With 2 freezes left, only 45 seconds left in this attack, continuing to push through this right side. Remember, nothing going to come out from the left, which typically you're like, oh, we got a siege barrack still there to have back-end troops come out of nowhere. No, he used that troop launcher, so he won't have any troops coming from there as he does pair in that freeze. RC ability will be able to be utilized here. No spells left. 1 Headhunter and a Hog Riders coming out in front of the Royal Champion here for Philip. The Royal Champ does get hit by the Monolith, and unfortunately the Giant Bomb kills those Hogs, and it's going to be in the 90s.
Yeah, really solid percentage here, and which we have seen already earlier. A 2-star is not even guaranteed, and this means a 95% 2-star is actually a really
to step up as Darkstar is here with Roots to come in with a fireball. So he needs to connect with this fireball to get that value. As a Baby Dragon tries to set off the funnel to the right. Skeleton spell to distract that Ricochet cannon, so the Warden doesn't have to worry too much about the damage on him.
And it's a really interesting looking base. Like overall, it looks like one of those really old heavily stacked core ring bases, because you have this outside ring and then all of the defense inside with the dead zone around at this point, because if you would put buildings in there like storages, the dragons would still path in there. But with no buildings, no root riders will like go over that, or dragons or anything. You need to funnel really nicely to get your troops into that core. And now there is the invis. There are the invis, the fireball, and
Oh my.
Wait.
Oh, what?
He's getting everything, but I think he missed the monolith with one of his earthquakes, right? Like, it's getting
Yeah.
healed right now. And the clan castle as well.
Yeah, he wanted the monolith and the clan castle to go down with the fireball. Unfortunately, one earthquake wasn't dropped exactly on it, but the arrow secured the town hall. But look at this, continuing to push through Darkstar. He still has to push through the bottom side. With that town hall being down, doesn't have to worry about that damage from it. P.E.K.K.A.'s out in front from that siege barracks, moving his way through, but the ice golems are being lured out from the CC now.
Yep, they will now delay things quite a bit. The black mines are tanked by those test loons nicely. We have the entire push getting non-stop frozen. He's trying to really protect them now with invisibility spells to keep them alive and healthy. And so far the push is still looking strong. Minion Prince going down here, but he says the Phoenix to survive a couple of more seconds, and the Phoenix itself will protect those healers from even more traps.
Yeah, there's a sinking air mine right to the Phoenix there. The healers can stay alive, continuing to push through. RC's burner ability, but the Hogs are getting out in front of the push. Queen's continuing to follow behind. Does have the path back to the monolith. It was the monolith and the clan castle that were supposed to be down from the fireball and the earthquakes as he continues through, but luckily the wall is open to the monolith. Continue with 45 seconds left. He's got plenty of time here in the attack. It's all about the push. The queen will move through, and if the monolith can go down from the queen, he's got this.
Oh wow, the queen getting that monolith out of the way, then Inferno Tower dropping, and this means even with like that was crazy.
Wow.
I mean, we have not seen many 3-stars and a lot of close attacks. Like one thing goes wrong and you're not going to 3-star. But Darkstar was able to recover this, even though in the beginning increases the time or like the speed which you're doing the one walk with, because every equipment is not only having an active or passive ability in general, but as well as providing your hero with permanent stats over the entire attack. And the Rage and the Life Gem both have DPS increase, which means that the water walks are way quicker. And at the same time, I mean, you have bonus hit point and the Rage effect over the entire attack pretty much. So this is why this combination is really, really nice and kind of like unutilized in my opinion. But let's see how much value you can get here out of the Fireball, because that Fireball looks really nice. They're going with the Super Witches. As I said, Synchronic loves those witches.
Nice setup there to the outside of this base. Wall breaking towards the bottom. Minion Prince to open that up. But that was a good point. I didn't even think about that. The Life Gem gives you that damage per second increase, which speeds up the Warden Lock. Because I'm always thinking Rage Gem, you know, yeah, he's raged up, it's going to go quicker. But no, he does do more damage there. So, you know what? I'm going to start thinking about the Life Gem, Rage Gem combo for sure in the future. But the Super Witches are down with the Queen. Ice Golem, couple balloons, and then he will have his king also to deploy.
Yeah, the king, where is he going to use that? With the push or on the outside? It seems like he's sending it into the main push with everything else. Still has not the earthquakes, the wall breaks to use, using the siege barracks now at the bottom side, which means no new siege. The new siege is typically for the Super Witches so crucial because you can flinger in test loons non-stop, because there is no Eternal Tome ability, there is no Healing Tome ability or anything like that to keep those healers alive. And if anything happens to your healers, you are struggling big time then with any ground attack.
And he's trying to continue through with that Tornado Trap, spinning these P.E.K.K.A.s around. Now they'll pass their way off to the right scatter shot as that overgrowth fades away, and these healers are dying off to the Sinking Air Mine. And there are all the traps. Bye-bye to those healers.
That's exactly what I meant. This is why people are I tend to use the new siege machine, because you can like non-stop throw those test loons into the base and they just don't have to path all of those, like all the distance. And right now you see Super Witches might seem tanky, not anymore when you don't have any healers left. And that is exactly what is happening right here. Leo is struggling quite a bit without those healers. And this means as well the percentage. He needs to go a long way to get the percentage back on track. Because remember, this is right now the win condition for Synchronic. Not the stars, it is the percentage which they have to play. But with this attack, the percentage might be way closer again than we all expected.
And this is why I said earlier, 1 stars are not as devastating anymore in the new hard mode. Yes, it definitely hurts. It is only devastating if you get a 1 star and your opponent gets that tripled. Then it almost feels impossible to make a comeback because you're going to have to make up the percentage lead. You got to come back on stars to even have a chance.
Less matches, which means less high of a risk of actually dropping out or like dropping to the lower bracket. So, yep, overall, you want to stay in this higher bracket. Now we have Cynthia going in with a mass invisibility Royal Champion charge into the Dragons.
Yeah, Cynthia's going to charge this RC to the top side. We are seeing Mask's picture off to the right. Don't worry, that's not Cynthia. That's Mr. Mask. He'll be attacking a little later as the RC continues her charge right through this top side. Will have her ability to utilize, but no recall. So I'm not seeing any really traps up here. So this RC is plenty of health.
Yep, the Royal Champ looking really, really good right now. Using the haste, losing quite some hit points, and losing the Fox. Everything in like a really short amount of time. If there are any more traps, this could hurt the Royal Champ quite a bit, but there is still recall, which means the Royal Champion at some point is going to go down, and that is part of the plan. But on this way to go down, she's trying to take down as many buildings as possible.
With a handful of Teslas being taken out, that means that there won't be a full Tesla farm to the backside of the base somewhere. That's going to be beneficial. You won't have to worry about that. But did he get enough value to allow the dragons to push through? But in this attack, he's going to have 2 rages to be able to invest for his dragons. That is very helpful because when you don't have any rages for your dragons, they tend to stall up and they're not able to make their push through. But with these, they're going to be able to get some nice value as the warden ability is used nice and early here.
Ooh, I'm a little bit scared with the Fire Spitters because the right Fire Spitter is going to shoot every dragon which is entering towards the Town Hall, and the left Fire Spitter is shooting every dragon and loon which is going to the right Fire Spitter. So this entry point is really risky in between those 2 defenses, but maybe he can still put it through. The Minion Prince ability has not been used just yet. Let's see if it has. Yes, there are the middle pens. I guess they're not really tanking as much, but he at least throws most of the backhand, I assume, with the Dark Orb.
Yeah, unfortunately, those dragons are fading and they are all gone. The Fire Spitters, like you mentioned, they did so much work in this attack, damaging all those troops as he tries to continue his way through. But that Minion Prince ability with those pants, unfortunately, you need to get out in front of everything. And if you don't, then you won't be able to pull the traps. Having henchmen, you said, they can definitely get out in front, and there's no time. Right? They will just get out in front and eventually continue to fly through. And if there's any future traps at the end of the attack, they will be able to pull it. But the pants will disappear over time and not able to stay alive in terms of with that Minion Prince. But if we're looking at the percentage here, Cynthia is still able to pull into the high 90%. But it is not going to be the 3-star. So with that final building going down, this is going to push them to 6. So it's going to be a tied war here. And we're going to see Dizzy in the percentage. That seems almost impossible. But I mean, you never know. Some of these teams, they'll come up with something crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Elevate used like 5 times my base against Synchronic in one of the finals of the community tournament, and it defended 4 times. I'm not trying, like, it was one of my first bases of Channel 17, and I mean, I'm not saying that it's a great base or anything, but it just shows how hard mode is, that even the world champion is failing 4 out of 5 times versus the same base in the same match. So, yep, hard mode is rough, and 15 stars, if not trolling on defense, it is, yeah, really, really rough to get those 15 stars. And so far, the highest one so far today was 12 stars. So let's see if we can get it any higher. But for now, Synchronic is still waiting for their first 3-star in this match. And they're coming in with their team captain and MVP. Whenever there's an MVP voting, General X is getting that. And, well, let's see if we can show why exactly that's the case.
With that Warden working to the top side, the defending RC went down. Tesla pops. Tesla pops. No! I saw the Tesla pop to the right side, and it did not go into the middle, and it pulled the fireball. It was the headhunter that pulled that Tesla. Oh.
Those are always the moments where you feel like, okay, can we redo this? Can I try again, please? I mean, the plan was great, and everything right now is just falling short. He has to now, because we have seen that earlier, somehow recover that 2-star. Because we have seen that earlier with Fluxley, the 2nd star secure after a fail opening, especially with the fireball in the beginning, is rough. It's not easy.
Not easy at all, as the defending mini prince is doing so much damage there as the king tries to push his way to the town hall. He's taking all the damage, and the king is not able to secure it. He does have the royal champion, so the RC is going to have to look to move into the town hall if the king can't take it down with the Phoenix, and he does.
That was crucial, because now he can use the royal champion on any corner pretty much to increase the percentage, which is super, super important. And this is why I kind of like the rocket loons as well, because you can be so surgical that you can then maybe like turn a failed attack, like failed, I mean non-3-star, into like a really high percentage still. But the problem though with this strategy is the Warden. Keeping that Warden alive already in the regular game can be a challenge with like so much multitasking, but doing that in the hard mode, pretty much anything can one-shot your Warden. Like, I think the Archer Queen needs like 3 shots or something for a Warden, and it's just insane how much damage there is for a Warden within those spaces. And right now he's doing an amazing job of recovering this with the Royal Champion and the Rage empowering her shots, and he collects quite a few buildings, to be honest, and turn this around.
And at that point, once that fireball fails, you know you're in recovery mode. You know you're not going to triple, and you're going for percentage. So turning that failed fireball and not getting any of the value he was hoping for, turning it in 83%, that is good. That is a great job there. Hitting that Tesla, which in all cases, pretty much anyone would have hit that Tesla as it pops up at the absolute wrong timing.
Yeah, it was just like really, really unfortunate. I would have loved to see the plan without the Tesla, because as I said, I think the plan itself was just really, really nice. The fireball within the core looked amazing. But it's always so rough if like those plans are falling short because of like one Tesla popping, because you said it. A headhunter is luring it. Are you kidding me? But hey, we're within the next attack, so everything else is from the past, and we have to see if Mask for Dizzy can get this 3-star to make sure that they're keeping their lead.
Mask not bringing the throwers that he's brought several times in the Swiss stage. So we have skeletons getting pulled up the right, but is the ricochet cannon that ended up staying up and never went down from that royal champion pushing her way in. Wizard off to help clear the skeletons. Root Rider's Ice Golem down with the Apprentice Warden and his own Warden healers to move his way right through this top side. But we'll have the king to come later, probably to the top where those P.E.K.K.A.s are moving in, as the queen's joining the Root Riders to push their way into the middle.
Yeah, but right now the pathing into the middle is not really existent, which means the Inferno Tower has the chance of firing quite a bit, and those multi-Inferno Tower beams are hurting a lot. We have now a Black Mine hitting the healers, which means less hit point recovery, so he's using the Warden ability right now as well to tank this new defense. I mean, as soon as the Warden ability is running out, we will see how much damage it deals, even through the healing tome of the Warden. Take a look at this. First Root Rider, next Root Rider is down. Oh yeah, another one is down in just a second. It is just... No, Diggy was the one thing which went down. So it's just crazy how much damage this defense can actually provide.
And he pathed that king to the right side into the town hall to secure that 2nd star. Still has the RC and queen abilities to use. Overgrowth, it goes away, pulls a bunch of traps, including air skellies right in the middle of this base, trying to keep this queen alive with the invisibility spells. But a lot of these Root Riders are now all gone, as we still have a scatter, ground expo, ricochet cannon still on the backside as he drops skeleton spells to try to provide that distraction.
Ooh, the Royal Champ is fighting for her life, and she needs to take down some more defense. And this is kind of what we meant with having a heavy push into the center of the base. Can be sometimes really problematic because we have seen with X that he has failed his opening, but because of the nature of Rocket Loons, he was able to snipe the outside defenses and get a high percentage. For Musk, the push overall looked solid. I think the funnel, the setup, everything was solid, but he had such a big push into the core that he was not able to cover the outside buildings, and this now resulting in a really low percentage 2-star attack, which could get Synchronic the lead back, moving into the last 2 attacks of this match.
Yeah, with that attack there from Mask, puts him in at 74%, and now we have the
champions, and they are even struggling so much in this new mode, and they're going in with another Warden charge with the Rocket Loons, and hopefully the Warden is staying alive. I'm always scared. Like, whenever there's like a Tesla popping, whenever there's the defending hero approaching that Warden, I am scared because take a look at this cannon. Even the cannon with 1 Expo is already a big threat, even under rage for this Warden, because there's so much damage.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage, but he's pushing his way into this multi-target Inferno. Did drop some balloons off to the right, took out a building over there, as the Warden can then continue to get his value. And what is he going to launch with 5 Earthquakes? So he can take out the Clan Castle, take out the core, and then the Town Hall will go down if he's able to connect with the Queen's Giant Arrow. So pay attention to that Town Hall and the 5 Earthquakes, because he's got a handful of invises that he's going to be able to connect with. Maybe that Spitter, or he could even hit the Town Hall as well.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. I feel like the Town Hall is going to be the target, right? Ooh,
okay.
No Tesla pop, please. No Tesla pop, please.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Giant arrow. Oh my goodness, this looks beautiful. But the Warden, keep the Warden alive. Invis or something. I'm nervous.
Well, that Archer under rage is doing some work onto that Crown Expo. He drops that Rocket Loon, and the Warden stays alive there, Itsu.
Perfect. Right there. I would have been nervous again. That Warden, he is going down so quick. But really keeping his nerves, which means he has the freeze and the invisibility spell for the back end, because he has not deployed the Royal Champion just yet. As I'm saying this, he deploys the Royal Champ, and she will go in there. What are the equipments on her? I think it's the Rocket Spear again, or what?
And the Seeking Shield. Yeah.
Okay. So trying to go for the long range and trying to snipe those defenses within that compartment. Keeping the Queen alive, the healers have to switch. And the Flamefinger Carbon, that one is getting crazy value over the entire attack.
Yeah, that Flame Flare is about to open up, but look at this. He's got 8 Rocket Loons. Now still to send in this attack. He's got a freeze. Queen is just dying off, never triggering the Giga Bomb. Warden's moving to the top side, and he can freeze that scatter. And Mark looking fantastic here for Synchronic. They have the 3-building lead, which means a 3-star here will guarantee and lock up a victory here in this match, as long as he can get that triple. So he saves these Rocket Loons to go in for the storage and the buildings to be able to help to work through that. With 17 seconds left, he's got to target the Rocket Loon straight to the storage. He does just that as the Warden's moving in. The final building going down, and Synchronic getting the victory no matter what Dizzy does, and what Hawk comes in with the final.
One Tesla popping or something, everything is going the wrong way. The multitasking, everything with that strategy is just so impressive to watch. And now we're seeing as well on the other side, the next attack, as you said, from Hawk. This time around, we're seeing the mass invisibility Royal Champion charge, and this will be a lot of dragons after 10 overall. And the Archer Queen, she tried her best to fun a little bit. She got some buildings to push that Royal Champion to the right direction.
Yeah, that Royal Champion pushing in towards the scatter, continuing probably to the Spitter, into the core. Yep, rages her up. Invis again, now pass her way to the Town Hall. And while she's working on the Town Hall, the boots will help remove the Spitter, damaging that. Now the other Spitter's going down, so the value's there, but he won't have any extra rages for the dragons here.
And as well, having like, I think it was 9 invisibility spell into the attack, still the Fox alive, is not easy to keep that Fox alive. Remember, we had the invisibility spell changes, and the Fox with the invisibility spells are now like not overlapping as much anymore, which means the Fox going down quite early a lot of times, and keeping him alive for so long is super impressive from Hawk. Now he's pushing in from the top right side. He did not get that air defense with this Archer Queen, and that thing is dealing a lot of damage on those dragons, unfortunately.
Yeah, as he pushes his way through with the dragons, but no rage spell, only has the one invis. Warden ability going off, protecting these dragons through this air defense. They do have a minion, or a Yeti that was down at the bottom. Yeti might have taken out an archer tower. Now continuing to push into the monolith, pulling a handful of red air bombs, and the blimp is down. Minion Prince ability could be nice here, and there you go, right through the middle to help slow down the multis and the monolith.
Oh, I'm so happy right now that Hawk brought the henchman puppet. I see so many times that we see this, the pant equipment, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just not doing much in those air attacks, it feels like. And as well, he's just scared of this new defense. That thing is scary, that's why he took it out with that blimp. And now we have the Phoenix with the Minion Prince to tank some longer for the dragons. But I'm not sure if he has enough power to push back, right? The Giga Bomb being there, he has to overpower this monolith somehow.
He will take the monolith down with these dragons, but he's got nothing off to the left. Tesla's popping off there. The enemy queen going to be quite annoying. Tries to sneak a headhunter in there, but unfortunately not able to do that. Defending Minion Prince will pick off the dragon there. The warden will go down, and it is going to be a 2-star here for Hawk and Mark. And SYNCHRONIC getting in defense here. So Dizzy being held to 10 stars. Even though they got a 1-star, they did get the triple. But the winning team only pulled away with 11. So we're seeing 2 victories coming away with 11. We're seeing another victory for another team, which was Team Queso, pulling 12 stars. So you just have to be getting a single triple. Congrats to SYNCHRONIC winning the 3rd match here today out of 8 total matches. So we still have a lot more to come. So you don't want them. And we've had a 1. We've had the 3. We've had a mix of a ton of different attacks here in this match.